another video. If you're joining me for the first time, hello! I am looking at two MGA unicorns today. The ones that are more marketed towards the little girls, the Poopsie cutie unicorns, and the one that's marketed to the boys here, R.I.P unicorns, rainbows in pieces. Now my son has already opened one down here. He wanted to open this one straight away. He thought it was super cool. So we'll just look at that one and then we'll open the other two. But I'm going to start off with my favorite. I said little girls, but I'm a big girl and I think they're adorable. Let's start up here. So of course Poopsie is a line that as soon as it came out, I said it's definitely a line to look for. And I love what they've done. I even love the, you know, the kind of side piece they've done with Rainbow High. Basically remarketing it without the name Poopsie, just to keep, you know, those soccer mums happy. But the Poopsie line I would love to see continue along the line it has with the larger unicorns, the smaller critters, etc. And these little unicorns I could see on Instagram were a hit with a lot of us older girls. So there is 6 to collect in the line. They have a surprise scent, ooh la la. And you can actually push out these little cards. So these are actually on like a perforated edge and you can push out these cards. I'm not really into that sort of stuff. I call you know, rubbish bin fodder. But this I am, because this is adorable. So it's a basic figurine from what I can understand. I mean, it's got brush my hair here. It just comes with a comb on the side there. Let's get her out and have a look. So the first thing to note is there is an actual checklist. Much like the other Poopsie critter lines, you can get a checklist for each one. I absolutely love checklists. I keep them all in a folder. Now I'm interested that Gigi Giggles, who I'm opening up to, I was about to call her Gigi Giggles. Gigi Giggles, who I'm about to open up today, is marked as ultra rare. Whereas Susie Sunshine and Gina Jitters here are marked as rare and the other 3 are commons. Now I'm not too certain on the rarities. I had to actually import these into my country. They came out in America and thank goodness my friend just knows that I love Poopsie so much that he kept an eye out for me. But those are the rarities. Let me know if you found it hard to find the ultra rare. So her one accessory is this glittery comb. Very cute. Here she is out of the box. She's gorgeous. I always think once you take the plastic off them, the color really shines out. Absolutely gorgeous. She is done in these orange tones with a shimmer to the skin. I'll bring her up close. Let's look at her face. In classic Poopsie style, she has the big eyes done in the acrylic to imitate glass. They are just overdone really, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So her eyes are blue and you can see all the little details, the shine marks, etc. She has real eyelashes on the top and also painted eyelashes with a shimmer of glitter over an orange eyeshadow. You can see it's purple. I like that her eyeliner is purple and her eyelashes. I like that it's different color from the black. It actually looks really good. And I'm not a fan of real eyelashes over back eyelashes. I always think it looks a bit weird, but actually because it's purple, it actually kind of looks cool. She has this little face which just seems to be going chee, pretty much like she's about to burst into giggles. So that's adorable. She has this very product fringe, which I like. It's going to keep that product. She has a gold horn in here because of course she is a unicorn. I love, love, love that you can instantly look at her and tell her she is from the Poopsie line, even the way they've done the unicorn ears. If you remember in one of my videos, I was pointing out how the Poopsie unicorns have like real chubby ears. They've kept the little chubby ears on the baby unicorns, which I think is adorable. So it goes up into a white frosting here. So there's even shading on the ears. Now her hairstyle is very basic. It is in one ponytail, curled at the bottom with product in to hold that curl. There isn't, oh no, there's a little unicorn bum at the back. She has booty, unicorn booty, and look at her hooves. They're like going up towards her mouth like a little girl does when they're about to burst into giggles, you know. It's just adorable. And her hooves are done in a gold. You can see on here they've got a little star in. Horseshoe over them, so they're wearing horseshoes, not on the top ones, but on the bottom feet they're wearing horseshoes. There's a little belly button there with a heart, which is also a bit of a nod to the larger Poopsie dolls. Their belly buttons are hearts. Now underneath she has a code, and she has quite a tough bottom plate. Now I imagine this is this way so she can sit nicely on a flat shelf, because they are quite top heavy. So I'm going to get something flat to sit her on and see if it works. The sit test. Yeah, that was easy. Yeah, so I imagine that bottom hard part is basically to make sure that this head is balanced. I'm just going to quickly test. Yeah, so the only part of articulation she has movement is in her neck area. Let's look at the boy one. So you'll have to excuse, I don't have the checklist with me. We'll find out when we open up the other ones who he is. But going from the super cute to the somewhat morbidly cute, we have a very deceased unicorn who is covered in arrows. And these do have poems that come with them. My son's got the collector card up in his room. So he's got all these arrows into his body. And he is dripping down rainbow blood, which he is laying in. And it has 2 prongs on the rainbow blood, which fit into 2 holes. So he fits quite easily into them. They're lined up well. And like that. His horn is unnaturally large for his unicorn body size, but yes, you can tell what's happened to this poor fellow, and you can definitely tell that this is marketed more to the boys. Okay, so I found a collection list, and this guy's name is number 5. He's aerodynamic. Awesome. Okay, jumping back to the super cute, I'm going to open up Shannon Shy next. She is marked as a common. To go with her color scheme, she has this really light, it's kind of like light gray blue comb. With all the sparkle, I really like this comb. It's just gorgeous to look at. Here she is in blue tone. She'll actually go well because a couple of the Poopsie unicorns are actually, the larger ones are actually in a blue tone, so she'll go perfectly sitting on display with those ones. Her hair, you can see, is this wild controlled chaos of blue and purple. There is no fringe. It goes across a silver unicorn here and goes down into these curls with a lot of product in at the side. So there's 2 curls at the side, much like the Poopsie Rainbow, the Rainbow High dolls. You know, they've got the curls at the side that are heavily set with product, and then this is actually just free flowing. So this is just controlled chaos back here. It's lovely and soft. Let's have a look at her up close. So Shannon has a little mark up here, which I'm not sure why it's up there. I don't know if it's meant to be a motive, but she does have a little, it's obviously purposely done. She's got little blue marks up there. Unlike Fifi, she has a silver horn. She does have the same purple eyelashes, except on the eyeshadow part, she has a light purple with glitter. And she has the real eyelashes. And then her eyes are in this blue to white to pink to purple tier. I'll try and get that up on camera. I always try and bring my toys up close so you can actually see them. So many toy reviewers have their toys up here and they tell you about it, and it's like, I'm like peering into it saying, oh my goodness, I'll take your word for it. So I always try and get mine up really, really close. And HD. Should be 1080 HD that I always record in. She has the same happy little smiley muzzle. I think that's on all of them. You can see she has a white stripe down her forehead here, which goes into a white muzzle with a blue shimmer skin tone. Now, unlike Fifi, she only has one of her hooves going up towards her face. The other one is down here on the floor, and you can see that to match her horn in the silver, she has silver hooves and horseshoes. But as an addition, if we can move her hair up, like the Poopsie fantasy friends, she has dragonfly wings. So they're translucent, and they are in, I'm just getting them in the light here, they have glitter in them and they have a pink sheen to them. So they're actually, she's kind of like a, what do you call them in My Little Ponies? The flutter pony? She's kind of like a flutter pony unicorn. Very, very cute little addition there, just to make her stand out. I don't need to say it, but she's so cute. The sit test, dun dun dun. Perfect. Let's open up one of the boy ones. All right, so here's the packaging. They're done in like a dumpster, like someone's trying to get rid of the dead unicorn bodies and just throwing them into a dumpster. It's kind of sad. You can see the R.I.P Rainbows in pieces. This one is number 2, Happy Trappy. We'll look at the collection list. There's quite a few more in this collection. My friend tried to get me them all, but they were so incredibly popular that they were just selling like hotcakes, to be honest. There was a couple that we constantly saw, but all the main ones were just gone everywhere we went. So I'm going to have to just basically hope my mate gets lucky on some secondhand haul and sees them in America. They sadly didn't come to New Zealand again. Deceased in the middle here. There are 12 of them to collect. And as I said, some of them we didn't even get a chance to see because they were just sold out. I wanted this one here. Rowdy Rotty, never saw him. Gary Guts, we never saw him. I think we saw Bobby Bruises quite a lot, and we definitely saw Dan Ville. But I really wanted Marlon Roadkill. They're really, really out there. And I think MGA tried to do really well on this series. I'm surprised there isn't a series 2 out of this because they sold so fast. I'm hoping it's not because some old ladies complained about how gorgeously gross they are. Certificate of death. I'm actually really hoping that they continue on this line because toys like this do have a place. And, you know, people have to have a sense of humor and look at it and say, oh, it's gross. But at the same time, understand it's kind of a bit funny considering that the Poopsie line for MGA was out at the time. So each unicorn comes with a collector card. Here is Happy Trappy. It has series 1. It's got so many Garbage Pail vibes on it, hasn't it? I really do hope they continue. Happy Trappy. Happy loved the great outdoors, hunting and trekking on all fours. He laid down a snare to catch him a bear. What's that bleeding out of his paws? So Happy Trappy kind of got a bit of karma on himself. He went to go hunt a bear and he hunted himself. Yeah. That's actually kind of funny. So this is number 2 card. Let's look at the unicorn. What can you say, really? I honestly wonder if there was a different team in MGA because, you know, there's different teams that work on different projects, and if one of them saw the Poopsie line and said, hey, how can we make unicorns appeal to boys? There's the R.I.P on his buttocks. Look at this trap. Oh, it's got all this yellow stuff like on this dripping on it. Gross. He's obviously very deceased as his eyes are gone. Bleh. He's got his little tummy button isn't a heart, it's a swirly. His legs are just like up in the air. Oh, the poor little sweetheart. So he's in this green with blue tail and mane. I love that they've kind of stylized the horns on them to actually be really extreme. So this is quite out of proportion actually for his face. He's got a light green muzzle, and I know that Blake's gonna love him. Also, like the previous one, he has a rainbow blood base. Poor little fella. Going back to the cutesy, we're now going to open Gina Jitters, who is marked as a rare. she has this swamp green glittery brush. Here is Gina Jitters. She has an unusual colored screeny yellow. It's like a green and a yellow mixed with white. Like a painter, all those three thrown in. Like you'd take a swamp green and then mix a whole bunch of milk into it. That's what I'm getting her coloring of. It's really unusual and I love it because it's so unusual. It's actually quite attractive in that it's unusual. If you can think of a color for that light swamp green, let me know. So looking at her hair here, much like Shannon's hair, she has organized chaos curls. So the two at the side have a lot of product on. Here's her little chubby ears. And she has a light green and this medium green in her hair. Now, like Fifi, she has a horn and she is done in the gold. So she has a gold horn here, which of course she has a fringe as well, like Fifi, and gold hoofs and horseshoe. I'm going to bring her up and we'll have a look up close. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's picking it up on camera, but when I move her in different lights, it's almost like her green skin goes into a yellow sheen, like an off yellow. It's very, very unusual. I like it, I like it. Now, like Shannon, she has the mark down the forehead here in white. She has her purple eyelashes like the two before. Her eyeshadow is done in greens and yellows here, and her eyes are, again, they look like a deep yellow, but depending on the way that you look at them, you also get that tone of swamp green. I'm not sure if that's showing up on camera, but definitely looking at her, yeah, there's a circle here of swamp green just in her eyes right there. Ooh, she's interesting. I like her. Now, she has Fifi's pose where she's bringing her hooves up to her face like she's just about to burst into giggles. There is her little heart belly button there. And again, just the easy part of articulation. So that is Gina. Let's look at the next boy unicorn. Now, saying boy unicorn, I do want to say you could be a girl and love this stuff. I am a girl and I absolutely love horror merchandise. You only have to go to my Instagram or see my horror doll openings to know that I like them scary as much as I like them cute. So this one here is number 1. This is Jim Bones. Here is Jim Bones' collector's card. Dead Jim Bones lived a life behind bars. Stole him some watches, diamonds, and cars. His nickname was Snitches, so they gave him some stitches. Oh my goodness. Bleeding out rainbows beneath the stars. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This one I consider more than the other two. This one's a bit more adult orientated, definitely. I love the rainbow effect on it. But again, boys love this stuff. They won't really see the adult tones in them. It's very, very much like Garbage Pals for me. I love that Jim Bones has this giant skeletal horn on his head. He is sitting in a puddle of rainbow blood and he is pretty much, yeah. He's bones. There's holes where his ears are meant to be coming on. You can see, look at the detail in the skull here. Like they've tried to do it like, oh, his rip is up on his skull here. Like they've tried to do the lines, etc. Look at the teeth. There's just an upper row of teeth. So his jaws must have fallen off somewhere. And then I'm not even going to comment about the part where his tail should be because it looks very, very suspect with a couple of hoofs. The only thing that's really got color on him is his black hoofs and the eye sockets. You have to laugh. I really do hope they bring out a series 2. So here is my MGA unicorn review, from the exceptionally cute to the funny and creepy. It might not be your cup of tea. Hey, this might be your cup of tea and this isn't. But, you know, they certainly are trying. I love MGA as they keep the toy market going, and I think they are contributing well above some of the other toy companies at the moment, keeping kids interested in collecting and adult collectors interested. They're really trying to appeal to both markets, I feel, and that's really good. We need that as kids become more and more swayed by technology and video games and computers and cell phones and all those things that keep the toy marketing just shrinking. If you love this unicorn review, please give this a thumbs up. If you love toys in general, please subscribe. We love to open toys here. We love to share. I'm an adult collector and I'll always try and give my best opinion on things. See you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.